Hi everyone, Ramsey Goodrich, managing partner here at Carter Morse Goodrich, launching our new quarterly update. And so every quarter we will be doing a quick update on the state of the markets, the state of Carter Morse, and what's happening, what this means for families and founders as they consider pursuing their once-in-a-lifetime transaction. So excited for you to be here. Thank you. Let me start first with an update on Carter Morse. We're so excited to announce that Will Herring, our associate here in the office, welcome twin baby boys, identical twins who arrived a couple months ago. We're excited to get Will back in the office, but so thrilled for him and his wife to welcome new baby boys. And Zach Choudhury also just had a baby girl. So we're really excited to have three new potential future Carter Morse investment bankers. So congratulations to them. That's more important than anything else we can talk about today. So we're thrilled to announce that, and good for them. Hey, wanted to talk a little quick update on the market. The Q1 of 2026 continues the trends that we've been seeing for the last little while, with a good but not great M&A market. If you look at the statistics, 2025 was the second best market in history behind 2021. However, you've got to bisect that a little bit. Big mega deals were driving dollar volume, and small tuck-in deals were really driving numerical volume. And so you look at the two of those and say, well, what does that actually mean? It means we have a barbell M&A market right now. Really big deals driving dollars, really small deals driving volume. What does that mean for those in the middle? Well, the middle continues to be really consistent. It doesn't have that. There's always going to be a solid base of M&A in the middle market where we focus, and so I think we're still seeing that solid base continuing along. Furthermore, you're going to bisect that by industry. We're seeing mega deals and really a lot of volume in technology, in healthcare, in AI-driven solutions. But old economy businesses, manufacturing, distribution, consumer products, HVAC, our specialties continue to be very, very solid. A lot less volatile, a lot more consistency in those marketplaces. AI is replacing so many things right now that those that are in AI are incredibly valuable. Those that are being displaced by AI are being undervalued. So, but old economy, if you're making things, it's really hard to replace that with technology. So what that does mean though, however, is you should really be thinking about what AI means for your company. How do you implement AI to automate order entry, to data processing, to customer service, to everything else? It is going to be a key and will continue to be a key value driver for most owners. So if you haven't embraced AI, please get ahead of the curve there. As buyers look at that and look at synergies, look at opportunities, and look at ways to improve, one of their first focuses is now going to be AI. So how do you do that? We've worked with a number of companies that are looking at options right now, and as we're in market, those are becoming more and more important as we're talking with buyers going forward, and what it's going to mean for the company and its operations and its profitability going forward. So please embrace it, because it really is that important. That goes back to our standard prepare. If you're thinking about talking to investors or strategic buyers, plan for that. Get ahead of it. You don't have to implement all the solutions, but you do need to have them readily available and identified. So those that are well prepared are being valued in the company. I can tell you three examples that we're dealing with right now in Carter Morse. We're about to sign a transaction with a New England-based company that's, because of the preparation, because of they're getting ready for the deal. They tried to go to market a few years ago, and we've gotten them significantly more this year because it's a really well-run company. It's in demand, and buyers have really bid it up, almost 50 to 60% more than it was worth a couple of years ago. Again, the market has moved that much. So certainly we're seeing that. We're dealing with a company out in the Midwest right now that is exceeding all expectations. We had 21 indications of interest. We had 7 management meetings. We have 3 bidders left that are all aggressively coming after the company. When you have a well-run company that's ahead of the curve on preparation, ahead of the curve on technology implementation, being really, really well valued. We even have a New York City-based consumer deal that is well above any expectation we had going into it, because of the lack of demand, a lack of supply of good quality companies is really driving value because of the supply and demand imbalance. So, we could do this all day, but trying to keep it somewhat brief. Q1 update is this silver tsunami that we've been talking about for a couple of years now. Those of us that have hair of a certain color who kids aren't taking over the business, those businesses will be coming to market, and that will increase our supply. Private equity demand, strategic demand has always been constant. There's always a good base there for getting transactions done. And so now it's really about, when does it make sense for you as a business owner to really make that transition? We're having lots of conversations now about, is now the right time to sell the business? And it's less about the company and what it means for the company to sell the business. It's more about the family or the founder. Is now the right personal time to get that done? Is now the time to transition that business? Yes, there might be some valuation inflection points on the horizon. Everybody always has that next great deal that I should wait for. But look at it more holistically. Zoom out a little bit and say, is now the right time for me and my family and my management team to do it? If it is, 3 recommendations, always, always, always. Number 1 is build your advisory team. You need the core 4 in the room to help you really think about this. Next is really plan. Plan for what comes next. What does it mean for your management team? What does it mean for you personally? What does it mean for your customers and everything else? Really make sure you have a good understanding before you go into it, what that definition of success looks like, and then how do we achieve it? And then prepare. Most important, make sure you do the quality of earnings. Make sure your legal and environmental is up to speed. Make sure that you're prepared to go to market. So, as always, if we can be helpful in having you think about, is now the right time? What do we need to do to plan and prepare, and helping you build that advisory team? Please feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you, and look forward to doing this next quarterly update in a couple of months. So thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.